Hey guys, welcome back to Haven Hill. I am getting ready, my name's Meg. I'm getting ready to take you out to the chicken area. A few of you have been messaging me asking to see our chicken setup and just how we have it out there. Being in the north, oh, what are the other questions? Yeah, just the chicken setup. So I thought I would take you with me. Okay, so here's the deal. I do think that my, is this yours? This is mine, right? I think this is my water. I think my vlogging camera officially bit the dust. So I'm using my professional camera again this time. The only tricky part is unless I have somebody out there with me and my kids are all doing stuff right now, it's just gonna be forward facing. So I will explain things that way. Oh, could you grab that for a minute? I will explain things that way and then I'll take you back in and answer some more of the questions if I have not already answered them. So yeah, come along. I will show you how we have set up our chickens and duck area out here at Haven Hill. Come along with me.
Who's gonna wear these, Mom? Hey, Yay!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me see. Show me your ready face. Coming in. Where are you headed?
Over here. We come over here now.
Okay.
We got your little slide over here. Mama.
You going down? Well, you ladies found this area really fast. This stall is getting ready for the newest arrivals. Irish, leave it alone. Tomorrow. And they are spreading the straw. It's not more chickens, ladies. Stay tuned, you'll see. When you start getting eggs like that, it's totally worth it. That is a barred rock right there, who has her back covered right now to keep the silly roosters away. She was getting a little bit raw. She seems a lot happier now that she has that on. Oh, they're still getting her arm or her wings though. Okay, so this is our chicken area. You can hear me, it's slightly windy. If you can see right over there, that is a new fence that is going to be hopefully done by this spring. Jason started it this fall and it's not done yet. All this temporary fencing will be taken down. Yeah, well, it's aggravating when she gets in here. We've had chickens or ducks now for over 2 years and she's never hurt one. She just likes to taunt them. But Louie, our rooster, takes care of that dog. Check this out. It's like they know that I'm trying to film them. Here's everybody underneath this shelter. This shelter was here when we bought this place. Go back. So this is the shelter. They don't do anything up there. We think it was for goats. We're not really sure, but I'm pretty confident that's what it was for. They just don't really go up there that much. But this underneath part is fantastic for all seasons. Who are you coming to see? Who do you want to see? Yeah. So this is actually the chicken coop. It's covered by tarps right now. It is in the winter time to keep moisture out and to be a wind barrier, but we also, you do want air movement in there because they can get really sick if they don't have air movement, but you don't want drafts at night. So that's what the tarp's for. When it's nice outside, all of those tarps are down. That is a Rhode Island red. The black and white, the beautiful ones, are barred rock. They're fantastic layers. What are you doing? Yeah. The white one, we have white, tan, black, and gray ones. Those are all of our Easter eggers. They lay all different colors of eggs. They're amazing. They're fantastic layers. Actually, you always be nice to them, always. All of our layers, barred rock, What did I tell you those red ones were? I can't even remember. And the Easter eggers. That's a really pretty Easter egger. They are all fantastic layers. Oh, you put the snow in the water? That's okay. So here's the reality. Irish gets the eggs, the duck eggs. You stinker, she got one. She knows where they lay. She doesn't go for chicken eggs because they don't usually lay on the ground. Whatever it was in there, she got it. I'm sure it was one or two. Okay, so this is the inside of the coop. So the slat walls were there, and then let me see if I can flip this around. We added all of this entire doorway with fencing. Let's see if it will adjust there. Fencing on it. So the chickens, it is to protect them for air movement. We didn't want to build more walls because we're not sure if we're even going to keep this here, but it works for now. So we have this as a roosting bar right here. It actually is an old bike rack that Jason made for the kids when we lived in the town, and it is no longer that. So half of the chickens roost there. This is a shelf that Jason added a top to. Half of them roost there. These are their, thank you, Bubby. These are their laying boxes that only a couple lay in. We have another laying box right there, and we probably only have a few. I will show you the other spot that they lay. Our original 5 chickens started laying when we first got them in the big barn, because that's where we kept them, and now they have literally trained almost every other hen to go lay in there. But what are you gonna do? At least they're laying and we can keep track of them. So anyway, sometimes they do. And then let me tell you about all of our bedding method. Oh, this is oh, thank you. Are you gonna fill their water?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, that's not their water. No, go to their bowls. Yeah. This is a pecking block that you can just get. These are full of seeds and different things. It's to help keep them busy in the winter time so they don't kill each other. We get ours at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Not that they would, I mean they could actually turn against each other, or one of them could start becoming a bully. So we put things like that in here. Sometimes we put cabbages in here. I will sprinkle sunflower seeds in here so they can kind of search for them just when it's bitter cold. And they're not outside near as much. Okay, so these hay bales or straw bales here are to help block, but it also gives them something to peck at. Sometimes they lay their eggs in there. And then we do deep bedding method. You can search that up, but essentially what it is particularly, oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, you just set that there. Particularly in the wintertime, we continue to add layers of their bedding. We clean it out right before winter, probably sometime in November, and then we will clean it out again in the spring. We do partial clean outs if any area gets really wet. And then we just add all of it to our compost piles, and then this will compost break down, turn into amazing compost for the garden or wherever you want it. But this also helps keep them warm in the winter, which is really great because it's already decomposing. The very bottom layers are, so it produces just a little bit of heat, not a ton, but just enough. Somebody wanted to try to help fill their bowls. Right now, we've tried all different types of waters. Right now, we're just using bowls. With ducks, they really like that. It all works. They don't really care. We clean out their waters often. Do you see what's going on right now? That's Louie. Everybody's going over there, and Louie is getting ready to be like, get out of my space to Irish. Poor Louie. You see his coxcomb on the top of his head. It got frostbite during the really bad storm. He'll lose that. He'll be fine, but he will lose that black part at some point. This is a good dog that does not go after them, even though she is taunting them right now. But normally I don't let her do this. It's just because I'm videoing. All right, let's go. Irish May, let's go. Louie is really the only protector. We have 2 other roosters right now, and they just run. Irish, that's a rooster. Irish. That's actually super impressive. So for the most part, most of this Actually, I think all of this line of fencing was here. This, I think, if you're new in this space, this was a horse farm that needed a lot and still needs a ton of work when we bought it. But there was some fencing and infrastructure here that has been a huge blessing. And we've been able to makeshift a lot of what we have now to work with it all. Water drainage is a problem, do you see? So we collect it in here and then I just go dump it. It just helps alleviate what could potentially go in the coop, try to keep all moisture out of the coop as much as possible. And then if you're into composting, if that's your thing, if that's your jam, it's really nice having your compost piles near the chicken coop because they do produce a lot of bedding. We put food scraps here for them. I'll talk to you more about food inside, but we put food scraps here for them so they eat and they turn up the compost. This compost is unbelievably good, so I can't wait to use it. So we have 2 stations here. We have one in one other spot, and then all of this is actually, I mean, it's covered in snow now, but it's actually compost as well. Did it work over there?
Not really. White layer, not really.
It didn't work there? Okay. They're trying to sled down our steep embankment, but he said it didn't work. But goodness, look at this. This. Oh my word. This is probably a week's worth of eggs, maybe. Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah.
Good? Is it recording too?
Yeah.
Okay. Willow's helping me get all this situated. So trying our hardest to get it in focus. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna be really quick. So, the questions that have come in other than our setup are things like, are chickens really worth it? Yes, they are. Here is how we made it work for our family to be affordable and reaping the benefit from the eggs. So, you know, you feed them. We do not buy super expensive food right now. We just can't. We cannot afford it because food costs everywhere, including animal feed, is skyrocketing. So like, for example, our dog food, we get a middle of the road dog food for our dog. She has a little bit of allergies to some things that we're working through. Her 50-pound bag used to be $50 earlier this year. It's now up to $85. Just to give you an idea, chicken feed has not done that. But what we have made work for our family is we do not pick a high-end chicken feed, but we do, oh boy, we do a lot of food scraps. Our chickens, our ducks get tons of food scraps. We add things, that's good, thanks. We add things like sunflower seeds. We let them roam. We will let them, even in the summertime, probably too much. They are free range. Are they free range 100% of the time? No, when we're gardening, I do try to keep them out of the garden, so we've tried to push them towards the back, but I mean, I don't know, maybe that is considered free range. Anyway, so those are the ways, if you can pick a chicken feed that suits your chicken or duck needs and then supplement with things like sunflower seeds, and you can grow sunflowers and just hand them the seed head at the end of the year. It's a great way to do it. You can buy sunflower seeds, they're not super expensive. And then if you can give them food scraps and also let them have access to your compost piles, if you do that, those are really great ways that you can supplement chicken feed, right?
Ow.
Yes, right, okay. Okay, so that's the feed thing. I talked about the deep bedding, so we just continue in just a little bit. Yes, he wants to FaceTime his cousin. Okay, you are gonna have to go ask Willow to help you. Okay, you can go take it into my room.
What?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so deep bedding. Here's how the deep bedding works. I think it is, for us, when we compost and we garden the way we do, I can't imagine doing it any other way. It works fantastic. So we put down a layer of straw. They'll peck at it, they'll scratch at it, they'll sometimes eat on it, poop on it, all the different things. And then once it's starting to get really matted down, in the winter time, it's probably once a week. In the summertime, it is more often, and we clean out their coop a lot more often in the summertime. Right now in the wintertime, we just spot clean, and we won't clean it out for good until the weather starts getting warmer. Then we'll start all over again. But then what's happening is we keep putting on a fresh layer of straw. So then the underneath part is already starting to decompose, like I said, out there. And then you just keep adding to it, kind of like lasagna, basically. And then we will finish composting it on our compost piles. It takes a couple weeks. And then we'll just go spread it onto our garden. That's how we do the bedding. What other questions were asked? How many eggs do chickens lay a year? That's another one. Depending on what type of hen that you have, like I told you out there, we have good layers. Ours are probably, they're right around 300. Maybe a little bit less for some and a little bit more for others. But it's really cool because how hens work is the amount of eggs that they're going to lay are already inside of them. Like you can't do anything to increase that, like from the moment that they hatch out. So we chose our birds according to like particularly the barred rock and the Easter eggers. Well, I did want beautiful eggs. I mean, goodness, look at this. Look at all these colors. I have a really dark olive green one as well. It's in there somewhere. I can't find it right now. Duck egg, all of our duck eggs are white. Yeah, they're in there. They're beautiful, they're beautiful. Some are speckled, some aren't. Yes. So we choose according to how many eggs they lay. So right now in the wintertime we have almost 40 birds total. And we're getting in the wintertime anywhere between 7 and 15. Never simple, my camera battery just died. So eggs, that's how many we're getting a day. And the summertime, do they lay every day? Not every hen does, but most days. So in the summertime, it obviously ramps up. Ducks are great layers. We really enjoy baking with our duck eggs, and we will mix them for like scrambled eggs. None of us love duck eggs, especially as they've gotten older, just plain. But if you mix them, they're totally fine. They're a little bit more of a richer flavor. I really liked them at the beginning, and I do think now that they've gotten older, the flavor has become a bit stronger, but it is what it is. And we are not going to add any more ducks right now, but we will probably add another more chickens so that we can make sure that we're not without layers, because they will lay for approximately 2 years and then they're done. It's Grand Central Station here today, or so it feels. Yeah, so we will be adding a few more layers, probably about, I don't know, haven't decided yet, 6 to 12 layers, because we do not want to be without our layers once you have them, especially right now. And our original 5 layers will be 2 years old this spring. Everybody else is going to be a year to a year and a half. So yeah, and hens lay really well for about 2 years. They can lay after that, but it does dwindle after that. So that's what we're doing there. And then I wanted to tell you something. I don't like spreading rumors in any way. However, and I have not been back to the Amish community since our original trip. We will be going in the next couple of weeks. But here's what I have heard within a couple of hours of us, that some of the Amish are saying, and I heard this from somebody else who purchases from the Amish all the time, groceries and food and just feed and just different things. So the Amish said that right now the average price of a dozen eggs at their sale barns, which I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that that's considered a wholesale price. But the average price of a dozen eggs right now is going for $8, and they're predicting that they would not be surprised if chickens, like a laying hen, is going, by the end of the year, will be selling for anywhere between $20 and $25 for that hen. Which makes me super thankful that we have our setup already. But at the same time, I think it also tells us a lot just where things are at. And it's just a reality. So anyway, are they worth it? Absolutely, they're worth it. I don't have a cost breakdown. I'm sure you could find somebody else that has that right now. I think it's really hard to break out the cost super specifically when you're also comparing the nutritional value of things like really truly farm fresh, pretty much free range hens that are eating food scraps and getting outside all the time. Comparing that to just eggs in the store, I mean, there's just no comparison. Look up the research. It's absolutely astonishing. So it is 100% worth it for us. And I really encourage people to do it. And we are an open book when it comes to this. We had nobody in the area that we knew that was raising hens the way that we are. that we could go to. So we were truly researching a ton when we first started getting them. Jason would probably tell you I got into them too soon. I may or may not have gone to Farm and Fleet and purchased them before we even really had much of a setup. It's true. In fact, when we had our first 5, we would take them outside. We would rotate. This is slightly ridiculous. We would rotate turns, making sure like my kids would do some of their school out there and different things. And then every night, for probably about 6 months, we would go pick them up and bring them into the horse stall because we didn't have our infrastructure ready. We didn't have any place for them to go, and they needed a roosting bar. Would I do that again? No, not knowingly, but goodness, it sure was amazing when we got our first eggs. So that's the breakdown. If you have any other questions, if you want to see anything else, let me know. Some of you were asking to actually see the setup. That's our setup. Do I encourage people to do it? Yes, all the time. Chickens are a fantastic place to start. You all know my heart on bunnies already as well. They don't give you food like that unless you're raising meat bunnies, but they do give you a lot of value for your garden as well. So I think chickens are a really, really great place to start. So ask questions, leave comments. We love that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned because I don't know if I'll have time to do the video tomorrow, but tomorrow our newest animals, and they do have names, are arriving to the farm, are arriving here to Haven Hill. And I'm so excited, I cannot wait. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a great day. We have been playing in the snow and just enjoying a great day at home. So I will see you next time. Bye.